Good evening and thank you for joining me on Black News Tonight. I'm Marc Lamont Hill. Today, opening statements began in the trial of a Minnesota former police officer who fatally shot black motorist Daunte Wright back in April. Paul Engh, the defense attorney of former officer Kim Potter, claimed that Potter was only trying to protect her partner when she mistakenly drew her gun instead of her taser and shot Wright. Engh added that all Mr. Wright had to do was stop and he wouldn't have gotten killed. On the other side, prosecutor Aaron Eldridge pointed the key differences between the bright yellow taser and the black gun that was twice as heavy. Eldridge also touched on Potter's responsibility as a cop.
These officers have the responsibility to be mindful and attentive and acutely aware of the weapons that they carry and the risks associated with those weapons.
Among the witnesses taking the stand today, Daunte Wright's mother, Katie Bryant, giving a heartfelt testimony, and another officer that was on the scene brought on by the defense. The trial will continue tomorrow in the morning. Jurors completed the first day of deliberations in the case against Empire star Jussie Smollett, who stands accused of staging a hate crime in 2019 and lying to police about being a victim in the disputed anti-gay and racist attack in downtown Chicago. Prosecutors, who have sought to discredit Smollett throughout the trial, argued in their closing statement that he lied under oath. Smollett, who took the witness stand for 2 days straight, and his defense team have maintained that the attack was not a hoax and that Smollett did not orchestrate it, nor did he hire anybody to carry it out in order to garner publicity. Smollett faces 6 felony counts of disorderly conduct for lying to the police. The Class 4 felony carries a prison sentence of up to 3 years. A Massachusetts man has been freed after wrongfully spending 27 years behind bars. James Lucien was wrongfully convicted of a 1994 murder and armed robbery where he was sentenced to life behind bars. The Suffolk County judge cited the lead Boston police detective assigned to the case, quote, committed perjury at the trial. Joining me now to talk more about these cases is BNC's chief legal correspondent, Laura McNeal. Laura, good to see you as always. Let's start with this Kim Potter trial. What were the big takeaways from today's opening statements in this case?
So, Mark, I always love the opening statements because we finally get kind of a look-see into seeing what both sides are going to present for their case. And so the big takeaways are, it's very clear the defense is going to be making the argument that Potter's actions were justified because she was trying to save the life of a fellow officer. They're trying to make the argument that because the car was still in motion, that had she not stopped Daunte Wright, that the officer might have been drugged by the vehicle. A pretty interesting approach in terms of the defense's strategy. But also the prosecution's big takeaways today were that they did a great job humanizing Daunte Wright, actually having his mother as well on the stage. But in terms of, testifying, but in terms of opening statements, the prosecution did a great job saying, hey, let's not get distracted here. Remember that Potter is a 26-year-old veteran in the field. They showed the difference between a taser, bright yellow banana taser, and a firearm, and the differences in the holster. So really laying the framework for the jury that this was unreasonable, this was reckless, she should have known better.
Now, in his opening statement, as you alluded to, the defense attorney said all Wright had to do was surrender. This is, to some, a victim-blaming posture, a victim-blaming approach, saying if he stops, none of this happens. Whether we agree with that or not almost is beside the point. The question is whether the jury finds it plausible. Is this an effective strategy given who makes up this jury pool?
You know, I don't think it's an effective strategy at all, simply because, you know, the reality is in today's testimony, it was verified what we all already thought and had heard, which is they initially stopped him because of an air freshener. Can you imagine an air freshener that was hanging from his rearview mirror? That was the reason for the initial stop. So to try to hold a 20-year-old accountable for freaking out simply because he's surrounded by police and they're telling him they're getting ready to arrest him, I don't think that's going to be an effective strategy for the jury, because the reality is it is Kim Potter's responsibility to make sure the level of force is proportionate to the level of threat, and that wasn't the case here.
We heard testimony today from Daunte Wright's mom. Now, how significant in your estimation, was the testimony for the jury?
You know, I thought it was extremely significant because to actually hear from this grieving mother, to hear her account of what it was like that day, of how, you know, essentially her son did the first thing most kids do. They call their mom for help. He was afraid. But to hear her on that stand, I think really humanized Daunte Wright for the jury, took him out of the, you know, the criminal that the defense is trying to paint this 20-year-old young man out to be. And I thought it was important for them to hear that Daunte Wright, you know, has 6 siblings, that he has a son. You know, he was a young father and he was excited about his future, and how this fleeting moment, this deadly moment by Officer Potter took all that away. So I thought that was very important for the jury to hear.
Let's turn to Jussie Smollett's trial. Now we have heard the closing arguments. Who presented the strongest case? Was it the prosecution or was it the defense?
Hands down, the prosecution won. And I had all bets on the prosecution from the beginning, but they just did a wonderful job. They poked so many holes in Jussie Smollett's testimony that it's really going to be difficult for a jury to give him any credibility. They went so far as to list actually 6 things. They said, well, you expect us to believe, for instance, that Jussie Smollett was out getting eggs at 2 o'clock in the morning during a polar vortex in Chicago, one of the coldest days of the year. The fact that he refused to initially hand over his cell phone to officials, the rope that he had around his neck like a noose was really tight when the police interviewed him, but on the video surveillance it was really loose, so it suggests that perhaps he was trying to make it look a little more dangerous. So all of those things really hurt Jussie Smollett. His cross-examination, he started folding under the pressure, looking frustrated, and so I really think the prosecution won this case hands down.
I mean, it was an uphill battle in many people's estimation for Smollett. Should he have taken the stand? Did his testimony itself hurt the case? Would he have been better if he hadn't taken the stand?
Honestly, I don't think he had a choice, Mark. I mean, the reality is, if he had not taken the stand, the only narrative that the jury would have had is that from the 2 brothers. And so he had to try to at least, if not change the narrative, make sure those 2 brothers, he could say, you know what, they're not credible. By the way, I had a relationship that was sexual in nature with one of the brothers. He's just a scorned lover. So I don't think he had a choice but to testify, but unfortunately he didn't do as well as he should have. He did not help his case, that's for sure.
All right. Now, with this Massachusetts case, the corrupt officer who hid evidence that could have exonerated James Lucien, he's now at home. He's chilling. He's collecting a pension. Why has he not been held accountable?
Yes, you know, when I looked into this case and was researching as it was unfolding, you know, I have to be honest, I was ticked off. You're telling me that this brother spent 27 years of his life in jail, and the police officer, the corrupt, dirty cop that's responsible, is home chilling, watching Netflix? But essentially what he did is they granted him immunity in exchange for admitting that he completely set this man up. He refused to release evidence that would have exonerated him 27 years ago. But that was the only way the police felt they could get to the truth of what was really going on. And so that's the deal that the police made with him. I think it was a bad deal they made, and it just kills me because remember, Mark, pensions are paid by our tax dollars, are paying this police officer this dirty cop's pension while this poor man has spent 27 years behind bars for a crime he didn't commit.
Wow. Well, I know every state's different, but since we talk about getting paid, what are James Lucien's options in Massachusetts? Can he get compensation for sitting in jail for 27 years? This dude getting a pension. Can he get some money for being in jail for 27 years for a crime he ain't commit?
How does the Beyonce song go? Can you pay my bills? Can you pay my telephone bills, right? The answer is yes. They will pay his bills based on a statute in Massachusetts up to $1 million. And so hopefully the Massachusetts Innocence Project is helping him with that. If not, anybody listening, I will help him pro bono. This is an important case, and this man deserves to be compensated for this wrong.
Yeah, and he need more than $1 million. $1 million is not worth 27 years of your life. It ain't worth 27 days of your life. When your freedom is taken, you know, not when you make a choice, but when your freedom is taken, it cannot be fully compensated by money. But we're going to get some accountability and some financial justice by giving this brother what we can and by raising whatever else we can for him. Dr. Laura, thank you as always for breaking down these stories with us here on Black News Tonight. Everybody, we want you to join the conversation as well. So make sure you head over to BNC's Instagram and Twitter pages. Let us know how you feel. Also, visit our website, bnc.tv. and subscribe to our YouTube page to check out clips from the show.